Hey. So, I'm sorry I ghosted y'all. Forgive me?
I think I killed for my lover. She's got enemies and
I'm back. Did y'all miss me? So today's video is gonna be a chill vlog. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous. So I have bangs now. Guys, I did a thing. It was sporadic. I did not mean to cut them this short. This is how they look. Yeah, I just keep them pushed back because, honey, I do not know how to do my hair, but I do want to start trying. So
I never stopped cause she always insisted 2202 is the room.
I'm a liar and a snake. Don't trust what I say because look at this period. I have baby hairs like crazy because I gave birth and my body had to give up some stuff for it, you know, some nutrients. Babies, am I right?
Yeah.
And so I had a bald spot for a while, but look at it, it's like and I need to learn how to do my edges. But I mean, the bangs are banging. What can I say? Yeah. Hi, welcome back.
So since I feel like yapping, today I will tell y'all a paranormal story time because I am a very spiritual person and I honestly fully believe that ghosts are real because I've had many encounters with them, especially when I was younger. Welcome to my I'm gonna make this a series because I have many ghost stories. I've seen objects fly before, not like ooh fucking like floating whatever. I've seen it like a fan get yanked back on its own twice. I was looking at it and nobody was there. Also, I lived in a house with a witch, so yeah, I could do a little story time maybe soon. Sorry I never updated you on the hair. It came out really good. My storage runs out really fast for some reason. Bothers me so bad. But it's really good. Period. So yeah, let's get into it. So this is an Ouija board story time and this happened back when I was in high school. So maybe like 2018. I was probably a sophomore, junior, and this is with my little group of friends at the time. So for the names, I honestly don't give a fuck, so I'm gonna be using their actual names just so I don't get confused. Um, the people this happened to, you know, I'm not. I just want to share my experience. This is nothing like shitting on y'all or anything. Like I'm sorry this happened, honestly, and like in all honesty, like, cause I this was partially my fault. Partially. So me and a group of friends, we ended up going to the mall, and one of us, we went into Spencer's, and there's nothing good in Spencer's, honey. We ended up coming across a Ouija board, and everybody kind of insisted on, or no, there was like two people in the group that kind of insisted. They were like, let's play. You know, nothing bad will happen. Nothing bad will happen. Little did we know. And I mean, I was pretty naive too. I was like, you know what? Maybe nothing bad will happen because it's not real. Like, it's not real, right? Right? Wrong. Er. So we end up going and paying for it. I think all of us kind of chip in. And after we buy it, most of the group goes home except for 5 of us, including me. So, no, 4 of us. 4 of us, including me. So it was me, Ashley, Philip, and Elena. I'm sorry, guys, if y'all. I don't think they're gonna watch this ever, but I mean, it's just if you're watching this, like, Ashley, I forgive you for what happened. Also, we're cool. We tight. I hold no animosity towards any of y'all. But yeah, get that out there real quick. Anyways, we head over to Ashley's house, and she lives in a trailer. So it's very small. It's just starting from the left side, it's her dad's room, and then we have the kitchen, living room, and then the bathroom is right here, and her bedroom is just like on the right side. She has the biggest room, and it's pretty spacious. Whatever. The bed's next to the window, kind of like how mine is right now, and her window was just open. It's completely open, cause we were gonna smoke. We were gonna smoke before we played the Ouija board, and so we're all sitting on the bed, and uh, before I knew we were gonna smoke, Philip, he had told me, he said that he wanted to smoke, so I was like, oh, okay, say less. I know y'all roll like that because Ashley and Elena, they do not smoke. Philip, I guess he did smoke, but he was very like a petite boy. Like he was very like fragile. I want to say, very fragile petite frame. And so I was like, okay, yeah, say less. And so I didn't have a plug at the time. Biggest mistake. So I asked my cousin, and this is also like nobody's fault, honestly. This is the universe. It was fate. I feel like it was just bound to happen. I don't know. Um, I don't even know. Yeah, I asked my cousin for a plug, and she sends me this guy who neither of us knew. She sends me this guy's Instagram. So I told the plug, I was like, yeah, let me get like 10 grams, either 10 or 12 grams. And he was like, okay, say less, I'm gonna slide through. So I sent the address, and I guess he looked up the address, and my friend Ashley, she lived out like in the boonies, which is like in the middle of nowhere, kind of, surrounded by woods. And I guess he was a little scared. He thought we were gonna jump him or something, and he sent me a picture of his gun. Oh! He sent me a picture of his gun, and I was like, "Whoa, buddy!" That should have been my first red flag, but I was like, anyways, I was just like, "Whoa, buddy, we're not gonna do anything. I just hope you know that. Like, I'm strictly about business. Like, nothing's gonna happen." I don't know what gave you the idea that something would, but yeah, so just come drop it off and we'll be good. And so he comes, and I don't want to go alone, so I asked Philip to come with me. And he does. And we chill out there for a little bit. They come and they give me the pack, and it's called like juicy fruit, and it's in this fucking like big ass bag. Well, kind of like that big. And the telltale sign that your weed is fake is if it's already broken up in the bag. It should come in little nugs. And I didn't realize at the time that we had climax on our hands. Yippee, yippee. And I know from not experience, but I have family members who have done it, so I know it really messes with your mind, and it can alter it to where you see things kind of like in a schizophrenic way. So we get the bud and we roll up, and we get the Ouija board out. So we're all sitting on the bed. It's kind of like me and Philip were the only ones who actually were gonna play though. So me and Philip are kind of like face to. I'm like sitting like this, and he's next to me. Like we read the rules first. Actually, she looks up the rules on her phone, and we're like, okay, we understand now. And so we do the thing 3 times in the circle, and we're like, okay, so if anybody's here, talk to us, whatever. And nobody wanted to talk to us, so I was like, okay, that's fine. I respect y'all. This is okay, completely fine with me. And so we say goodbye, and then Philip kind of gets cocky, and he's like, you know what? Let's break the rules. Let's break the rules. And so he ends up playing by himself, and immediately after that, I think Ashley's phone, it turned on by itself and it glitched back to the Ouija board rules. And I was like, ooh, okay, interesting. And I think her computer too, because her computer was right next to us. She had a PC. I think it glitched a little bit too. I don't remember what happened, if it was music or something, but it glitched a little bit. And that's how I knew. I was like, okay, interesting. And then that's when Philip rolled up and we passed the blunt around. So it's me, Philip, Ashley, and Elena in the corner. And I think it starts with Philip first, and then he passed it to Elena, and around to me. And everybody got one hit in. I think I was still holding it, and Elena started saying, like, she was rocking back and forth, and she was kind of holding herself, saying, I don't feel good, like everything is spinning, and it just, nothing, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel right. And me and Ashley were like, boy, shut the hell up. Like, we were just looking at her, kind of laughing, like, girl, you don't smoke, like, oh, you're tweaking. Until we look at Philip. Now, he's just kind of sitting there, like just crisscross, and he's staring straight, just straight, and his eyes are blank, and he's just like wide-eyed, just straight faced, and we're like, oh, okay, okay. And so I look at him like, hey, are you okay? And I poke him a little bit, and he immediately like he he digs his nails into his face, and he pulls his skin back on both sides with both hands, and he takes a deep breath, and he just starts yelling and just like screaming bloody murder. Now I'm looking at him and I'm like, okay, is this really happening? Because I'm kind of high, and it's like it's hitting in, you know. But for me, it's like not really bad yet. I just feel high. I just feel high, and so I'm looking at him and I'm like, what the freak, Bob? And Ashley immediately, like, she pulls my arm and she's like, get up, get up. And Elena and her are already off the bed, so she actually pulls me off, and I'm just looking at him. But I look back a little bit, I look at him, and he's just like not kind of like a seizure, but like he's just swinging his arms on purpose. Is what it looked like. Like he's purposefully just swinging his body. And so we rush to the kitchen, and immediately, like, we go to wake up her dad, because it's just us and her dad there. So we wake up her dad, and she's like, dad, like, help us, like, he's acting crazy, kind of. Because I mean, what do you say? She was like, we smoked, and he's going crazy. And so her dad gets up, and we all go to the kitchen. So it's like dead in the middle. Her room, she has no door, it's just a curtain. So we hear him screaming, and her dad's like, okay, call 911, call 911. So Ashley has the phone, but she's crying. The girls are crying. I've been traumatized before. So I take the phone from Ashley, and I have the phone by me. I'm like, hello, officer, we need help. And actually, she took the phone from my hand, and she was like, help us, like, we're on drugs, and he's acting crazy, he's going crazy. And she was just crying. I was like, girl. Okay. And so I think eventually her dad takes the phone, and he tells them what's happening and the address, and they tell us to wait in the car. So we all go out front, wait in the car. It's a little Kia, and the car just so happens to be parked right in front of her window, perfectly to where we can see inside. And we see Philip get up slowly, literally rise like Dracula, and he just walks to the kitchen very calmly. And at this point, like, we're all in the car. Ashley's in the passenger seat, me and Elena are in the back, and I'm watching him through the window, and then they're both kind of scared, and I'm telling them what's happening. And Elena, like, she's bouncing her leg, and that, like, being on climax, her leg was shaking the car. And being on climax, like, it felt like everything was spinning, so I had to calm her down. And I was like, so how's choir going, this and that. And she just kept repeating too. She was like, I'm supposed to be the perfect child, I'm supposed to be the good child, my mom's gonna be so mad at me. And I was like, girl, do not focus on that right now. We're chilling, we're good, we're survivors, we're out here and we're fine. And so I was trying to calm them down, whatever, just cracking a few jokes here and there, you know, got a couple laughs. But yeah, eventually the cops come, and her dad, he had to lock Philip inside. And so the cops come, and they missed the house. They didn't see the house, so they passed by. And so Ashley's dad goes and flags down the cops, and the cop kind of walks up slowly. He doesn't mind us. He doesn't even look at us. He goes straight to the door, and they have a glass door with blinds on the inside. So the cop has a flashlight, and he shines it on the door, and all you see is like big eyes, peeking through the blinds. He was just watching. He was watching us, and the cop, you just see him, like, they unlock the door and they go inside, and they bring him out, and Philip is just yelling. He's like help me, like, I'm seeing things, I don't know what's happening, like, help me, I'm on drugs. And they put him next to the freaking car, bro. The driver seat window was like cracked open a bit because her dad left it like that, and they put him right there, and he's looking in the car straight at us. Actually looked up, I looked up, and he did not look like him. I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to sound corny. He did not look like him. His eyes were big, and he had blue eyes, and they were like, his pupils were dilated, and I felt so bad. I was like, oh my god, just don't look. And they ended up taking him into an ambulance, and they took him away. He went to the hospital. He was fine. He was fine after. Not fine, but like, you know, he was okay. He survived. We all survived. And so we go inside the trailer, and everything is wrecked. Like, surprisingly, the knives were untouched, thank God. But everything is wrecked. There's stuff on the floor. The dad had PCs in his room too. He had two, and they were knocked down. Shit was knocked down. Like, Philip, like, I guess when he got up, he just started like knocking shit down and destroying shit. And so the cop came in, and he had the bag of Climax, and he was like, did y'all smoke this? He was like, I'm not gonna be mad. And I was like, yeah, we did. And he was like, this is Climax. And then he just like flushed it down the toilet and dipped. Yeah, he was just like, don't do it again. And yeah, that was that. So I know, because of the drugs, you'd think like, oh well, he was hallucinating. But I mean, I don't know. That's what everybody said, but me personally, from what he described of what he saw, I believe that it was maybe a possession, because none of us saw anything. It was only him who hallucinated, and it was only him who taunted the board. So that's kind of what I believe, but this is what he saw. He saw a man made of bees, and this man just kind of like, I guess, chased him around the house, and he was telling him stuff, something like that. Guys, I get so scared telling this story. I said goodbye. I revoke anything and everything negative. I pray to God I love Jesus. That night too, I think I don't remember if Elena went home or she stayed, but me and Ashley, I remember we were in her bed listening to the Christian radio station, and we fell asleep to that. Yep. Alright, thank you for listening to my story. Let me know if y'all want more. Bye, thank you.
I never stopped, cause she always insisted. 2202 is the room that we rented. Yeah, moaning to my ear. Take advantage that nobody's here. Inside you I really wanna feel. Come a little closer, let me come a little closer, let me come a little closer, let me see. I start to see the end that you reach. She's the only one that I can't teach. Take those panties off, give them the, take those panties off, give them the, I'm not easy, you do this to me, babe. I can't get over when you hold me closer. Tease me like you're supposed to. If I fuck you, I hope that time will slow, so I won't fold and I can make you scream for more. Rip those panties to the floor. I'll be stuck in on mine for sure. I'll stick in on mine for certain. Say it isn't so. I mix the coke up with the bourbon. Got you in the scope. You got me hot the way you flirting. If I hit you up at your race, traffic won't be swerving. Oh. Just let me test you, I wanna see your limits. Let me touch on your body.